Hello, my name is Nelson Alvarenga. I'm a professional real estate broker that lists and sells homes with Alvarenga Realty, which is my own company. And I've been a realtor since 1997. I was with Century 21 for 10 years. And also I've sold hundreds of homes, some of those homes here in this beautiful community of Villagewalk in Lake Nona in Orlando, Florida. So today I want to bring to you an update of what the market is doing in Villagewalk, and also a tip for you. So right now, where the market stands, I'm looking at the multiple listing service here, and there are 6 properties that are currently for sale. Okay, 6. Now there are, I believe I counted 12. So let me make sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 properties that are pending for sale, pending to close right now. That, you know, they were for sale, pending to close, and they haven't closed yet, so they're taking a while. And obviously there's only still one that has sold since May 1st of this month. So that's the update right now. But some of these homes that are for sale, of the 6 that are for sale that are not have not yet sold, some of them are taking a lot longer on the market, like, 23 days, 18 days on the market, 35 days on the market. That's a lot of time. I mean, we've seen 0, 1 to 2 days or something like that before a property goes pending, under contract. But now we're seeing longer time. Some of those are less, of course. Some of them are newer on the market. But anyway, the tip I want to give you is that, some of these properties that are for sale, some of them are rental property. At least one that I know, it's a rental. So the owner does not live there, and you may be in that position. You own a property here in Villagewalk, and you have a renter in there, and you're concerned, you want to sell it, but you're concerned with the tenant in there about selling the property and all that. So, in my years of experience with this, I had 10 rental properties that I myself owned at one point, and for many years, and I had to handle the renters, and also I've sold a lot of property that were tenant occupied. Okay, so what I do in those situations is, you got to have a good relationship with the tenant. As an agent, if you're an agent, you got to develop a good relationship with the tenant, even though the tenant is not part of the buying and selling process. Okay, they can turn out to be a buyer eventually, but that takes a while. But anyway, you got to know how to talk to them. You got to review. If you're an agent, you got to review the lease that the owner has on that property, or amended, okay? Because you got to make sure that the lease includes time for the owner to show the property. The owner is allowed to show the property if the owner decides to sell this property. Because some of those properties, some of those leases, they don't expire until 6 months from now. So a lot of the people that want to buy properties right now, they want to buy them even for cash, and they want to move into the property. But if they are tenant occupied, then the buyer has to they have to honor the lease, and therefore they cannot move into the property right away. They got to wait 6 months, for instance, for the tenant to move out, and then the buyer can move in. So there's a lot of details in the lease. If they're not there, you got to make sure that you amend the lease to put them in there for you to be able to show the property, have the legal right to show the property, and work it out with the tenant. Because sometimes if the tenant is not cooperating, it makes it a problem. It takes a lot longer to sell the property, and you may not be able to sell it, or you as a homeowner, as the owner, you may not be able to sell it also. It can create problems. So you got to make sure that you have a lot of things on the lease. If not, amend the lease, and then also, just make sure as an agent that you stay in communication with the owner. So anyway, that's my tip for today. Thank you.